another edition of Asylum TV. Today is kind of a special edition because of all the things we do to our Jeeps, modifications, repairs, tires, all the fancy stuff. The most important thing we're going to do is maintenance. We called Royal Purple, said, hey, we need to do some maintenance. Well, they were very willing and helped us out by getting us a bunch of fluids and a filter. So we're going to be changing our oil, our transmission fluid, servicing the transfer case, and our gear oil. We're also going to be using Lubelockers for when we pop open the tranny and the diff covers. That way you don't have to deal with all the messy RTV the next time you pop it off. And it's going to be a lot easier to put back on, screw it in, and torque it down. So everything we're looking at here, from the oils, the fluids, the filter, and the Lubelockers, you're looking at spending around $200 by the time you get it shipped to you. If you get all this stuff at a dealership or a service shop, you're looking at spending at least $600 because they're going to be throwing in the labor. You figure how many hours it's going to take them to do it. That's what you're looking at spending. You learn to do all this stuff yourself, you're going to save a lot of money and a little bit of headache. Let's get this Jeep in the air and get it going. All right, first thing we're going to do before we drain the engine oil is we're going to create a little bit of venting. So we're going to remove the filler cap, set it aside there, and we're going to pop the dipstick just a little bit. It's going to create our venting, so then when we remove the filler plug from the bottom, it's going to have a nice vent, let everything flow out smoothly down below. Kind of like when your mom used to pop the Hershey syrup can open when you were a kid. Got to make that chocolate milk. So now I'm just going to take a 13mm socket. We're going to pop off the drain plug, let the oil fill into the funnel. All right, while we're underneath here, I'm going to pop off first the fill plug from the transfer case to again create some vent. Then we're going to pop out the drain plug, let the old fluid drain. So now we're going to drain the differential fluid. After it's all drained, we're going to pop the cover off. We're going to spray a little brake clean in there and watch as it comes out, just to look for any metal shavings, any signs of grinding or anything like that. So your axle on the Jeep here has a built-in drain plug on the axle side. Your covers are going to have the fill plug. So let's pop this thing off. Alright, now some of the stock covers you're going to need about a 13mm wrench. Scott's got the arbs on here, so all we need is an Allen head. Got most of those off, we're just going to finish it off here. Okay, we're going to let the rest of our fluid kind of drain out of here. Shake a little bit of it out. Now, if you're taking it off for the first time, what you're going to have to do is actually go around your cover and go around the axle side. You're going to need to scrape off all the old RTV, do a little bit of sanding, then get in there with your brake clean. Make sure that there's no shavings or anything left inside because you don't want those messing around in your gears. Alright, we've got our diff cover back on, got all our bolts in, and our Lubelocker in place. Again, you see no messy RTV around the outside. Now, just to help you out in case you forget, you don't want to remember, Lubelocker also includes a nice little picture of the torque sequence. So you can go through, set everything in, all your different bolts, then go around a second time and torque them to the right spec. It also gives you the specs. First time around, 15 foot-pounds. Second time, get them up to 35. That'll get you nice and snug and secure the Lubelocker inside. Now we're going to pop off the fill cover, pour in some of our Royal Purple. Alright, now we're ready to take our old filter off and put on our new Royal Purple filter. First thing we did though was made sure that we wrote down the current mileage on top of the filter. That way if it's ever in question, we ever forget, we can look and see when the last time we changed our oil was. And that'll help us out with our future maintenance.
Alright, now we're going to do the fun, messy part. We're going to change the tranny. You got to loosen all your bolts around. There's really no good way to do this without making a huge mess. So we're going to have to loosen all these. The ones back here by the Y pipe, a little tricky to get to, especially on this because it's all crushed up. Alright, now we've got it all open, fluids drained, put our new filter in. We're getting ready to button it back up, put the Lubelocker in. Once again, following the correct torque sequence. Lubelocker added that on the package too if you don't know it.
Alright, so got everything sealed up in place on the bottom. Filters are in. Everything's ready to go. We got our funnels for our tranny fluid and our motor oil. So all that's left to do is pour it in. Alright, so we're all filled up with fluids. Make sure you do check your manufacturer's website or possibly get yourself a service manual depending on your vehicle and take the time to find out the fluid capacity of each thing you're working with, the engine, the transmission, and your differentials. It does make a big difference. For example, Scott here had the aftermarket ARB diff covers. You're going to be able to put more fluid in because of the position of the fill plug. If you have your stock diff covers, you're not going to be able to put as much fluid in, but you know once it starts overflowing, that's as much as you need. For any more questions or information on maintenance or write-ups like these, you can always come find us at jeepasylum.com. And don't forget to go to Royal Purple's website and order all your fluids. Take care, and we'll see you on the trails.
It's your time, so take it all.